Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. About a jnani who has attained God. When he is in samadhi, he becomes unconscious of the outer world and appears inert. When after realization of God, when he samadhi means just like we enter into sleep and we are there, inert, lying down on the floor or on cot. I am there lying down. And I am unaware of the external world and I am looking inert to people. Just like that, when I enter the higher levels of consciousness, where I am experiencing God, we call it samadhi. When I am experiencing a dream created by my mind, I call it dream, sleep. When I go to higher levels of consciousness, more reality, more truth, more bliss, more freedom, more the actuality, and we call it samadhi. Well settled down in the reality, samadhi. So samadhi. So when he is in samadhi, he becomes unconscious of the external world. Entering a dream also, I become unconscious of the external world and bodily existence and appears inert. He sees everything to be full of Brahman consciousness. Brahman consciousness. Just like when I enter into dream world is there, which is just mind alone. Like that, when he is samadhi, he sees what all exists is only Brahman consciousness, Chaitanya, Brahma Chaitanya. That everything has become. He is in that consciousness. We are in different levels of consciousness. Waking, dreaming and deep sleep, what we constantly pass through. Waking I am there, dreaming I am there, deep sleep I am there. Pertaining to three bodies, three states, Sthula, Sukshma, Karana, gross, subtle and causal. When I pervade all the three, I am in waking state. When I leave the physical body and pervade the other two, I am in dream state. When I leave the subtle body also, mind and senses, I am pervading the causal body, then I am in deep sleep. Second stage of deep sleep, I separate from the causal body also. Now I am negating and going. Now I am transcending and going. I am suddenly jumping out of all the three states to a higher level of consciousness. Where I go, transcending the three bodies, gross, subtle and causal, the same I am leaving the gross, subtle and transcending and going. I am withdrawing and going, I am entering into deep sleep. Transcending and going, I enter into samadhi sthiti. Now, both here, the knowledge is covered by pure ignorance. I don't know, I know. That's why it is called the person who is in deep sleep, the second stage of the deep sleep, where he is dissociated totally from the Prakriti, he is called Prajna. Prayena Jnayate. He almost knows what it is. But he doesn't know that he knows. He knows, he experiencing because there is no two. There is one. Experience alone is there. Here, when he goes to higher level of consciousness, that last veil of ignorance also falls off. And he sees, he experiences and knows that he is experiencing the reality. He has transcended. That is the most great deep sleep, sushupti and samadhi. They are almost equal, except for the veil of ignorance is there, not knowing I am Brahman, his experience. Now, I know I am Brahman and everything what exists is only Brahman. So this is called Brahman consciousness, Krishna consciousness, Rama consciousness, Ramakrishna consciousness. I am filled with Ramakrishna consciousness, means I am seeing Ramakrishna everywhere. Oh, he alone has become all this, that knowledge. Brahman alone has become, what all exists only is Krishna. So when I say this is Krishna consciousness, I mean Krishna consciousness. So I am as if I am putting on a specs of reality. If I put on a specs of ignorance, it's called Maya. And regarding myself, it's called avidya. I don't know who am I. But here I know, and I want to see it in a particular way. I want to see the ultimate reality as Krishna. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His last days, you will see kan mein, every grain he is seeing Krishna. Every object is seeing Krishna. And what is that Krishna? It is sum total of all aspects of God. The transcendental, the immanent, the Lord of the universe, then the incarnation avatara, and the indweller antaryami. The transcendental reality in which universes, multifarious universe, Ananta Koti Brahmanda, countless universes appear and disappear. That is also known. Sum total of avatara. He is seeing Brahman as that baby. He is seeing Brahman as the Krishna. Krishna as Brahma. When you see a golden chain or a golden ornament, you are seeing ornament, Nama Rupa you are seeing, Guna also you are seeing gold also. Gold also you are seeing. Gold as ornament, gold is ornament, gold and ornament, all the three are there. It is gold. Is it gold alone? No, it has beautiful form. How it is, you see. Like that, everything is made of Krishna when I say. It is that gold has taken that particular form. Every form he understands. The one who has taken the form of Krishna has taken the form of every chair. Same Chaitanya is here. Now, Sri Ramakrishna explains this as, everything is made up of wax. Suppose you call wax as Krishna and whole world is made up exactly like the same color, this lighting, everything is made of wax. And then you are seeing this world made up of wax. Your chair is there which is made of wax. Every object is made up of wax, but has different forms, different purposes it serves. Chair has its purpose, table has its purpose, light has its purpose, water has its purpose. All is made up of wax. How it would be? Like that, Krishna consciousness, he calls that wax as Krishna. He understands wax itself is Krishna. The what universe has formed is Krishna. Because he understands the reality in and through this and identifies with it. when he understands whom he loved, whom he prayed and wept for realization, or that Krishna was the Parabrahman last, one reality which existed. Now he understands, oh, that Krishna whom I loved used to come and play flute in front of me and dance. All that was only this Parabrahman, one reality. And coming down to the waking state, he sees the same reality is there. The same Brahman, which was Krishna, is Krishna, which used to come in the form of Krishna and play with him. The same is here as the objects. He is in Krishna consciousness. He identifies Krishna with the absolute with which the universe is. Another person is there in Rama consciousness. He has identified Brahman with the Rama and he calls it is same. Words are changed, object is same. Water, one wave is Rama, one wave is Krishna. You dive into any wave, you are diving into same ocean, Satchidananda. We call it different. Now, Brahman consciousness, the reality as it is. The mind has become everything, and mind itself. That mind has the power to make itself appear as a universe. Like that, the Brahman has the power, Shakti, Yoga Maya, Mahamaya, that Maya can produce a world out of itself. To appear, the Brahman is appearing as a world. How that you see, this is Brahman consciousness. He becomes unconscious of the external world, outer world, and appears inert. He sees everything to be full of Brahman consciousness. The words, what words indicate, we must be Krishna consciousness, Rama consciousness. Brahman consciousness means I am calling the Brahman as Brahman, as the absolute existence as Brahman. Krishna consciousness means he is identifying Brahman with the Krishna. He is calling Brahman as Krishna. Because it has taken mainly whom he worshipped and as supreme reality was that Brahman. So Brahman consciousness as it is. Krishna consciousness is with where his identity has built up. Therefore, he behaves like a cow. He is not conscious of holy and unholy. Everything is Brahman, what to live. When he sees that he is woken up from dream, what all he saw in dream doesn't matter. Some places were there, holy, unholy, right, wrong, everything dissolved, everything was only mind. In one part, mind was appearing as holy, in the same mind was appearing unholy. Like clay I have taken and made so many objects, dirty looking things also I have made, holy looking things also I have made. So the clay, after all, when you know it's clay, it doesn't matter. So when we go to the places where carvings are going on, many carving objects. One is Rama, Krishna, so many objects. A dog was there, a cat was there, so many objects were there. It's exactly looking like cat and dog. It is dog. Monkeys, multiple monkeys joining together on a tree. The tree is carved. It looks, but it's all stone. There is absolutely no difference between the stone dog and stone cat and stone tree. It's all is stone, but entirely different from each other. That one appearing as many, one appearing as many. Again and again we have to contemplate on these truths so that differences dissolve and reality shines forth in our heart. We'll be able to get the vision. The difference is making a lot of confusion. I'm seeing multiplicity. I'm seeing a multifarious universe where there is one, not two. Just because of this identification with body and ego projecting out. So when the identified body goes, everything is Brahman, reality. He does not observe any formal purity. Holy and unholy, when it becomes gutter water and purified or holy water, is same for him. To him, everything is Brahman. He is not aware of filth as such. Even rice and other cooked food, after a few days, become like filth. Again, he is like a madman. People notice his ways and actions and think he is insane. Or sometimes he is like a child. No bondage, no shame, no hatred, no hesitation, like small child moving about freely. One reaches the state of mind after having the vision of God. When a boat passes by a magnetic hill, its screws and nails become loose and drop out. Lust, anger, and the other passions cannot exist after vision of God, because He has become everything. Once a thunderbolt struck the Kali temple. I noticed that it flattened the points of the screws. It is no longer possible for the man who has seen God to beget children and perpetuate the creation. When a grain of paddy is sown, it grows into a plant, but the grain of a boiled paddy does not germinate. But here always we must remember, if God wills, and if there is divine plan, one even after the enlightenment may have progeny like the sages whose we recall the Gotra. I belong to Vasishtha Gotra. I belong to Vishwamitra Gotra. People say the progeny has begun from there with the order of Divine Mother. Nothing binds you, nothing stains you, no karma for you. Why don't you give birth to a progeny of great and good souls on this earth? So, if it is divine will, he cannot, because he doesn't see the duality. He doesn't see any what is there. One has become many, and he cannot participate in the world in the worldly sense. But some people keep the ego of jnani, ego of bhakta, and be with the other devotees and enjoy the company of divine. He who has seen God retains his eye only for name. No evil can be done by its branch. No evil can be done by that I. One who has seen God retains his I in name, only in name. I go, I come, just like child has learned the words, and it is like the I. The I doesn't have any meaning there. When he grows up slowly, I gets, I am this, I am that, I am an engineer, I know this, I don't know this. All this come into picture. Otherwise, that pure I of a child, which doesn't refer to anything, not even to his body or his mind, or that I is there. I am going to my Papa. How he tells you, see. So it doesn't, it can be nothing, no evil can be done by that I. It is a mere appearance, like the mark left on the coconut tree by its branch. Leaves come, huge leaves of coconut. They remain for some time. When the new leaves come up, the old ones dry away and drop off, leaving a mark behind. The branch has fallen off, only mark remains. I said to Keshav Sen, give up the ego that makes you feel I am doer, I am teaching people. Always that I, which has that understanding, I independent of world, I independent of God, I independent of nature, is a false I. Extremely limited, self-centered and selfish. That I is a false I. I, which is related with everything, that I is the real I. So I said to Keshav Sen, give up the ego that makes you feel I am doer, kartritva, I am teaching people. Keshav said to me, sir, then I cannot keep the organization. Thereupon I said to him, give up the wicked ego. One does not have to renounce the ego that makes him feel I am the servant of God, I am his devotee. One does not develop the divine ego as long as one retains the wicked ego. If a man is in charge of a storeroom, the master of the house does not feel responsible for it. If a man is in charge of the store, the master of the house does not feel responsible for it. Now you see how that just an ego projects, and that ego is what is keeping I know the I has three important things: kartritva, doership. I do this, I do that. I enjoy, I suffer, experience. I am doer, I am enjoyer, sukha or dukkha, experiencer, and I know. I know this, I know that. These three things. Now, these three things is you made up of ego. Ego constitutes kartritva, bhoktritva, jnatritva, and invariably it is associated with the external world. When these are turned to the divine, it is called vidya. It takes the path of vidya. When it is turned to the world, it is a part of the prakriti, nature. When it is turned to divine, it becomes a path to realization. The same ego, which is mine, I enjoy everything, it finds its ultimate expression. I is there, it wants to enjoy God, it wants to realize God, it wants to be free from all sufferings and bondages forever. I will do dhyana, I will do japa, I will pray, I will surrender. That I turns out the doership, enjoyership and knowership. I know this world as passing events. Knowership, for when it was turning, I know this, I know that. Each one wants to project and show what he knows. And now, I know this world is just a passing event. I know God alone is real and eternal. So, this understanding, same key, same lock, one side you turn, it locks, another side you turn. Turn towards the world, what you possess, it binds you and gives you suffering. When you turn the same thing, what you possess, towards divine, it releases and gives you infinite joy. There is no difference. Your possession, only direction is changed, attitude is changed, the whole things get changed. Again, I say to Keshav Sen, give up the ego that makes you feel I am the doer. I am teaching people. See, because it is the eye is turned towards the world. Keshav said to me, Sir, then I cannot keep the organization. Thereupon I said to him, you give up the wicked ego. It does not have to, one does not have to renounce the ego that makes one feel, I am the servant of God. The same thing. Now it is turned, I am serving God in and through the people. I am teaching people. I am conveying the message of the Lord. How much difference? Same scriptures I am teaching as a teacher. I am just conveying it. The Lord has told. Lord has brought it from ancient times from when I did not exist also. And after my passing away also, the knowledge continues to flow from the eternal to the eternal. There won't be any lacking. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.